but not really at the same time. Like, it was more of a, probably, I'm gonna explore this cave. It was more like I was relying on, like, not, you know, illicit substances. Not really, it's not like that, cause the back of my head, like, you know what I'm saying? That was very crazy, It's just regular old, you know, pendulums and geek Marius, you know? It's like, that, that kept me in check for a while, but I, I didn't want to continue to rely on that, you know? And, and also it's just bad for your health, even though I'm a fucking badass talking about some health, you know? But yeah, I quit all of that, like, some time ago. Like, I actually don't know when. Because I had quit it for some time, and then like around 2024 December, but I picked it back up like almost like maybe like 4 months later. I think like in April, late April, probably, or in like early May maybe. And I I I think I stayed using that as my main, using them as my main coping mechanism, but it just, I don't know. I wanted to quit, so I did, and I can't say I haven't been tempted. Like, there are days where, like, through my I don't want to say battle with addiction, because that's like the most stupidest, like the two stupidest addictions of all time. Why the fuck are creepers charged? Like, am I gonna get like creeper like animal heads with them? Or is that just a visual thing? You know, we're gonna test it out. Oh, it didn't work. I'm assuming not. Yeah, get away from me, fucking dumps, dumb bubble gums. But you know, I decided to quit it, obviously, and I mean, oh yeah, like, there are times where I do, honestly, even recently, I do think about it, and it's just something that I have to go with now, because, I mean, it was my choice. It wasn't like I was pressured into it. It was my choice to get into all of that. I can't really blame anyone else but myself, you know? So, yeah. I wonder how, like, the newer nether places like in old Minecraft, because it's like they were a thing. Oh, I should be able to get full iron after this. I might even, with the hour of gameplay, I might even get, like, a couple of diamantes, bro. But, yeah, what's it called? I should probably, I don't know if this is a can of sardines too big for this, because I already burned a couple of minutes. This is a long, I might do 2 episodes tonight. Whoa, that's this new update, holy shit. They look so weird inside of this cave. Oh dude, another big part is like, actually that's such a stupid part though. I guess it's all pretty dumb. Um, I don't know. Hold on. Sort of dialed in on this. Just mining. Yeah, no. I really wanted to bring up a couple of points last time, but I guess it just wasn't. I can't remember them now, so I think I just have to bring up, the big manster. Believe it or not, he's had a couple of women problems in this time, and those have been very like horrendous experiences that I've gone through, and holy shit, man, I would not want anyone else to go through this BS, bro. This is like, one of them went on for, one of them was like, hashtag news just never real. I think it was most definitely, it wasn't most definitely, it was one-sided for, dare I say, the whole time. Maybe there was maybe a couple of it. There was, I think, an instance where it wasn't one-sided, but I never made a move, and so I lost. I lost my shot that time. Bit windy. Fairs. That one started maybe in elementary school. I really liked this girl, and in the way my elementary school was, I mean, there was just no, like, I was sort of, well, not even sort of, I was bullied for a little bit, but honestly, I don't want to say it was deserved, but I can see why they were doing it. I mean, I was a stinky little bugger, and I unfortunately just you could see my ass crack most of the time, and so they would just like make fun of me for that with that, and that since that was like my reputation for most of my elementary school, I never really, even middle school, that the reputation followed me a little bit into middle school, that I never had the opportunity to have like a fresh, clean slate with anyone, because everyone just knew me as he got his buttons are out the whole time, and so when she transferred over to my school at the beginning of 5th grade, I did sort of think, like, well, and I think I liked her all throughout elementary, but obviously no one's gonna act on in elementary because you're fucking elementary kids, Of course no one's gonna, like, say anything. Do I get his zombie head? No, they just look charged. Just some BS. So yeah, I don't think I did anything. Honestly, I don't think I asked her out, even in middle school. Or like 6th grade. I'm going chronologically right now. In 6th grade, I don't think I did, but I do remember this one instance where I found out who the guy she liked was, and it wasn't me. And so I was like, dude, I remember that day I was so devastated. I went home and like I put on some burger music, and I look-y just like cried. That was probably my first time like ever being sad over a girl. That was probably like so I was a 6th grader during COVID, so that probably would have been like maybe mid first semester, and after that happened, I think that, yeah, that was, if I placed this around October, which would be around my birthday, maybe what's it called? Because I do remember I bought her gifts, and since in for her birthday, which even after finding out that she liked another person, I never gave it much thought. I thought she'd so shot, Unfortunately, top 10 stupidest things I've ever done. what's it called? Yeah, so I don't like this biome, I can't lie. Oh, I hate skeletons more though. And so I did buy her a gift for like her birthday. That one it is around December. So then I don't know what happened really. I don't think I did anything else for the rest of that semester until like until like I did continue to like her though. That never went away until like around 7th grade, I think. What the fuck did I just get from that guy? Some green shit. Hold up. Oh, the carrot. I do remember I did ask her out, and I don't remember if it was this instance or maybe I'm thinking of another instance, but I did unfortunately ask her out multiple times. Ooh, hashtag dumbass. I do remember one of the times I think she said yes. I unfortunately did ask her over the phone, which is probably wasn't helping my case, and also I still was very I was chud maxing. I wasn't very. I mean, this is a long time. I wasn't very hygienic. Oh shit. I wasn't. That wasn't the most attractive person. I wasn't very hygienic. I was a little fat chud, round ass dude, you know. So I'm not putting blame on anything or anyone, but other than myself, you know. So she said yes. I feel like this might be a different instance, but I remember she said yes during the during the day, no, during night. Then when I told my friends about it, and then they asked her, she said no. Like at that point, I had already like texted my friends like, yo, like dude, she finally like accepted it, you know. And so that caused like a rift between, cause we were all a part of it, like we were all a friend group, you know. Fuck. Dude, get away from me. You fucking. Oh my god, I'm lagging. Stupid ass game. How am I lagging? Dude, holy shit. Oh my god, I'm fighting my way through this bullshit. Oh yeah, I wasn't really helping my case, but I did, I swear she said yes. I mean, I don't know to say that. I probably have tried. I don't know, maybe I hallucinated it. Because when I asked her, I was playing Apex Legends with my friends. Like, at that time, my friends at the time, when, we still talk, like, during high school, but, like, it took, that'll be brought up later. What's it called? Oh shit, I do not want to be down there. Especially not with the fucking skeleton running around. Ooh, I really need to unfavorite this song. I'm unfading this song right now, hold up. Oh, wait, the group chat texted me. I never put my phone off silent, oops. I don't think it's been an hour, it's most definitely not been an hour. Oh, I could change the music for my phone. Wow. Hold up, I'm gonna check these guys back. Um, yeah, so, what was I talking about? I do remember, I did ask her out, and I swear she said yeah. No, this is different time, oops. I remember the chronological events after this. She said no, like, almost, like, this time, she said no. And I remember when I asked her out, there's this one girl behind me, um, and she unfortunately got stuck with being my rebound that time, and like I do remember I think she saw the text, and like I don't know, something happened where she found out about it while still being in the same guitar class, like the period hadn't ended, and I'm pretty sure she just saw the text message, or maybe she encouraged me to ask her out and I did, and then then I asked her out, then I got rejected. I one of the two, I don't remember. And what's it called? So I had just like barely been rejected a couple months ago. I did in fact ask her for her Snapchat, and I bagged her. That was my first girlfriend and only one to this day. But that one didn't last very long. My parents my parents knew her parents, or her aunt or something like that, and they had like really bad history, so we were forced to break up. Which I think that was probably that. Honestly, thinking about it now, I don't really think uh, it should have affected me. Like it didn't. I remember it didn't affect me like immediately. Like this was like it didn't affect me like until like like a month or two later. I do remember like I remember one instance I was just like standing in the shower and like just standing there. And that's when it all hit me like damn, like I guess I missed the I not so much missed her, I more missed talking to someone, you know. And I think after that, um, that closed off my 7th grade year, and what's it called? Um, I went into 8th grade, and during the summer, I remember I found out the first girl that I asked out. I remember she had a boyfriend. She got a boyfriend, and that like this was like a couple months after I was rejected, and I remember one of her excuses, not excuse, I mean one of her reasons, um, for not like dating me was that her parents wouldn't let it allow it, or her mom wouldn't allow it, and so that's why she just couldn't that was one of her points, her arguments towards that, and so when I found out she had a boyfriend, I was like sad. I was like, damn, like it wasn't your parents. I realized that it wasn't her parents like saying no, it was her saying no, you know. It wasn't like she was forced to reject me. She chose to reject me, which is honestly fair, you know, like do what you want to do, you know. 'Cause I hadn't really made any build up that time. It's not like I had momentum going. I sort of just I liked her and I didn't know she liked me back, so I just asked her out, you know. But that time I didn't really get to process the whole getting rejected part because I mean I did immediately like maybe a week or two later get into a relationship. I started dating someone, so like I never got to process that, you know, until much later on when I tried to process the whole like thing, like everything, and so post post hold on, I'm trying to find Diamond's Mall. Talking and running away from these guys. I did find out she had a boyfriend. That boyfriend was one of the guys that I was talking with when I asked her out for the first time, and that put a strain on our relationship. But apparently, I actually don't. To this day, I no idea if that rumor was true. Yeah, cause um, I think she said no to me, but from other sources they told me that it was like true. Like yeah, they did, but that they did break up like before school even started. Or maybe they were just talking. Probably that's what it was. Or they didn't actually like start dating. They just started talking, you know. And that's how they got back to me. But what's it called? That 8th grade year, I actually did like another girl apart from that girl, because usually the way it went was I'd get rejected by her, or something would make me like you know, stop liking her, and so I'd chase another girl. But this time I went 2 different girls back to back, and uh, unfortunately the same guy that started talking to the girl that rejected me started talking to the one that I liked after her, and they did get together. But honestly, I mean, the whole friend group was going after this one girl, so it's like when felt like the Great Pirate era, like everyone in the group chat was fighting for the same girl, and oh my god, my streak ended with Isaiah. There's no way. So yeah, that out of everyone in the group chat that was going after her, I was most definitely not winning. There's like a lot, like there was just no shot. I was a bronze overall going against like silvers and golds, you know, like I was like, I'm not bronze overall, I was bronze rank going against silvers and golds, you know, so I wouldn't have taken it either. So, but that time I wasn't really butthurt, because I was like, oh, one of my friends started dating her at least, you know, and I thought that guy was chill at the time, but it did, um, what's it called, they lasted the whole year, I think, and then she got with another one of my friends that I actually still talk to this day, that I mean, maybe I'm not as close with. Like I don't talk to him like on a deeper emotional level, but I do. I'll send him a video or two here and there. It's not like it's not the most intimate relationship. It's literally just like, I don't know. He was invited to my event that I hosted a couple days ago, and he did pull up. It's not. It's, you know. It's not. You know, it's not the most. We're not the closest. We're not the. Like, you know. But yeah. So this year, I did go back to liking that one girl, but I don't remember why I stopped. Oh no, this is what I was talking about earlier. I I asked her out with people that were in the party, or with not in the party, the fucking in the PlayStation call, and so what's it called? That's when I'm assuming I hallucinated. I swear I remember. I mean, I told my friends in the moment. I was like, "Oh, dude, bro," she just like said, "Yeah," you know. Oh my god, I'm getting jumped. We're supposed to be on easy mode, by the way. Shit, imagine if I was on easy, man. What's it called? Um, I, what's it called? That's the time I'm assuming I hallucinated it, because, I mean, there was just, like, there's no other reason for that. That's when that put, like, a really big, like, strain on the group for me. Like, I just, like, I was excommunicated, you know? Because I was just another guy, and she was just, like, the only girl in the group. But maybe that wasn't the reason. Maybe I was just unlikable. Who knows? For a little bit of both. If we can find out in a couple of moments when I get my thoughts. So I was I holy shit, that's the first time I see a spider. Dude, it's I can't focus, bro. There's some stupid ass ads playing in my ears, and I just can't focus. Like, it's really pissing me off. Hold up. Oh my god, I really hope this, like, dude, these zombies need to die. All normies need to die. Like fucking Hikigaya. What's it called? I was, I don't know why, but I just put a strain on our friendship, like the friend group. Um, that time that I was rejected, um, fuck, I'm trying to think of all, I don't, I do remember this rejection, but I just don't remember how it fits in chronologically. Like, I've been babbling on for so long. Um, but I guess I'm placing it here because I mean I don't remember where else it could have been. Because the seventh grade one, I was rejected in seventh grade, and then that one was that's when I got a girl. And I'm assuming this one was the eighth grade one where I stopped talking to her, and then later on, I started talking to this one girl on. Okay, so this is where it gets weird because okay, so I did meet the girl on Discord, but she was like my friend's friend from another school. So it's not like she was like completely not in my town, you know. She still lives in my town. And I remember the friend group that I had like made like they honestly it could have been taken as teasing, but it was just to the level where it just was just like they were bullying me about it. And like I remember one morning I completely just like snapped and like I don't know, I think I do remember I started crying, and I stopped being friends with like all of them. And so that was at the end of 8th grade and like going into 9th grade, and then so I just like lost all my friends in like one fell swoop because they were all in group chat. And the guy that I snapped on was like the main, he was the the group leader, so to speak, you know. Like they would just listen to there was a couple people that would just like listen to him, and obviously even I mean I'm not gonna say that I would be better. Like some of the people that I really did fuck with, they of course you're gonna choose, you know, the rest of your friends over just one person, you know. Like I would have done the same. Um, Unfortunately, I can't say that I would have been better. And so I just went into high school with no friends, like none, like flat zero. And to my luck, I got a class with the girl that had just like so the girl that I was talking to that caused that to end. Like we stopped talking like a couple weeks after, you know. I think the reason I was like I was in such a like a deep like a dark area that I just like I thought being edgy was cool, you know. Like I don't know, like before that I didn't really make like stupid jokes like that. But I don't know, I thought being edgy meant that she would like me, you know. And so I did say a couple of things they were like implied me building up to build max height and jumping down my staircase, you know. And what's it called? So, bro, I gotta break this spawner. I like the quartz method better, anyways. Ooh, shit, this one, that's not bad. Dude, the amount of bows I have, holy moly. What seeds are these? Beetroot? I don't need beetroot. Oof, let's go. Gotta start collecting this gunpowder early. I'll need it sooner or later. Enchantment time is gonna start coming like pretty soon. I think how many diamonds do I have? 11 diamonds. Like, but yeah. So we stopped talking because of that, and then like she was in my third period class, and of course since like everyone in the group chat was in band, and most of us played the same instrument. I was forced to like basically not interact with them and interact with them, and I'm like this like I was just like I don't know, I hated every single one of them. Because I felt like nobody stood up for me when I was being just like hated on, and this was another reason I stopped being friends with them. I remember I was downloading a game off of one of my friends' accounts, and I got a notification that they were all playing on this no, I got a notification that somebody invited them to a call, and the group chat was called "No Freddy Allowed," and that really hurt my feelings back in the day. And honestly, to this day, I think it was a dick move on their part, but like, you can't really change other people's actions. All you have to do is be better yourself, you know. And so when that happened, that was another like the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, I was really hurt over that. And what's it called? Yeah, so basically, I went to high school with no friends, nothing, like nobody except for Martin and Alex, and not actually. In this time, I wasn't even friends with Alex yet, because we played. Okay, so like chronologically, we played Fortnite in like fifth grade or something, fourth grade, but we didn't. We stopped talking over time because Fortnite just like we stopped playing Fortnite. Like all three of us stopped playing Fortnite like one at a time, and me and Martin would play Warzone. So it's not like we could play, especially since Alex was on Switch at the time. And what's it called? So at this point, I really only had Martin. And what's it called? Uh, Hold up, I'm trying to figure out how to get out of here. Oh, wait. I didn't even peep this, bro. What's it called? Yeah. Um. So eventually I got over it. Like like I was friends, so I had to get over it. You know, like I started talking to maybe a couple of the people in the that I a couple of people that I just like stopped talking. I actually don't know who my friends were. Like I don't remember having a single friend. Like of course, because you obviously had to find someone somewhere to sit at lunch, and I just sat with like people that I sort of knew, but like even then I barely knew them. I only knew them because of the band, and I had met them like maybe like a week prior. And then I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, I had class with. Oh my god, I don't know where to go. I don't have coordinates or anything. Um, I might just let myself get killed by these zombies. I think I have that thing. Or if I die, I keep all my loot. I do. Um. So I did become like not even friends with. It was mostly just to get by with like being at lunch and um. So some people I made a couple of friends here and there, and um I think fuck, freshman year is like the year that like nothing happened, so I can't really like say that this happened or this happened, you know. I sort of just didn't have friends. I don't remember this year I asked Emily out, but I think I did start to like her again at some point, and I just like I don't know, I was disillusioned, so I started talking to this other girl, and she was chill. It was more sort of like um I think the reason that ended was because her friends I think I was on the bad side on one of her friends, and so she was like, "Oh, dude, if you know, she would choose me every day over you, you know." So I was like butthurt about that, and I told her that we should just probably just be friends, and so that's how that ended. And then she became a really good friend of mine for the rest of high school, basically until like senior year. But that we'll get into that later. Um, then so once all that happened, I went into sophomore year, and sophomore year I actually had friends. I had a friend named Josh and a friend named Fabian. They were seniors so they were like, I was a sophomore, they were seniors, and we hung out a lot. And I don't think I do remember I liked this one girl in band, but I don't think I ever did anything about it because it was like coughing baby versus nuclear bomb, you know. There's no way I was bagging her, and so I don't think I'd ever asked. And Fabian and we were all friends until one of them got a girlfriend, and he wanted to break up with her, and so he did. Of course, if you want to break up with them, then you break up with them. And hold up, I'm changing the song. I got an ad. Wow. Um. So so we all. So once he broke up with a friend, it's or no, he used me as an excuse to break up with her because she gave me a what's it called, a ride home one day. From like a band performance, and he was like mad about that. He was like, "Dude, you're cheating on me or whatever." And so, what's it called? We stopped. He cut me off and subsequently like broke up with her like a couple weeks later. But I think the excuse was like to cut me off was that like he like removed me from his removed from like the group chat, and I thought that was like insane. I was like, bro, top five petty things. Like we didn't even get to talk it out. And oh shit, a village. A couple weeks later, he broke up with her, and that year, I think I just became closer friends with the two friends that I made, and I stopped being friends with Fabian and Josh. I started being friends with these two girls. Called one was either one was Aubrey. One of them was the one that I talked to, and the other one was just I don't actually know how she was introduced into that little trio. She just spawned in, you know, and there's just nothing in this village. I mean, I guess if I just leave it alone, it's not like it'll get nuked or anything. I will be killing these cows though. So we stayed friends for a while, and that that year, sophomore year, I remember, dude, this is where it starts to get good again, because around February, so that's when I had stopped being friends with Josh and Fabian, and I started to like Alice again, you know, and there's apparently, so okay, this will come up later in lore, but at this point, maybe this is like probably the closest I ever got to dating her, and I think it was just that we both liked each other, and I would walk her to class. She would, you know, that's probably the closest I got to ever dating her. And the reason I stopped was she posted something on her Instagram notes, and it was like, "Oh, Freddy's so annoying." And one of my friends like asked her about it, like they texted her like, "Whoa, what the hell?" Like nah, bro, he's chill, you know. And what's it called? She was like. She was like, nah, like, you just don't understand, like, he's really annoying, and so, she, like, doubled down on me being, like, annoying, and a weirdo, you know, and so I just, like, I removed her, like, I stopped being friends with her, and, I mean, well, this will come up later in lore as well, and so we stopped being friends for, like, a couple of months, and I started to like this other girl from, like, but she wasn't really, like, she wasn't, like, an actual crush. It was more lustful than anything, because she's like the school bop basically, and I liked her, but like I didn't really, I don't know. I did it. I was like, I could have seen myself with her, and that's basically how sophomore year ends off. And then junior year, beginning of junior year, I had a class with this one girl who was friends with Ali's. Oh wait, oof, name dropped. I'm sorry. It was the girl that didn't want me, and so what's it called? But he apparently she was told that I just like I unfollowed her whenever what's it called? Whenever we were just talking, you know, and that's how I found out that we were talking because obviously, you know, I was like, obviously I was delusional. Like I was like, oh, dude, she definitely wants me, you know. And I thought it was just like one of those times where like I thought she wanted me, but turns out she didn't want me, you know. But apparently this time she actually did want me back, and I didn't find out until well, like August. And I had unblocked her. I unblocked her, but I found that out. I was like, dang, bro, maybe I'm still in it, you know. There's like a little shot, and oh, this is where I bring up my arch nigga sis. This guy's name was Hostway, and he and I were basically like always trying to go for the same girl at the same time. And I mean, obviously in the end, he won at some point, quote unquote won, you know. But oh wait, where do I place this? I'm placing it up there. I guess I'll keep the dirt. I don't really need to keep anything else. It's not like I need any of this. I'll keep the rotten flesh as well. Yeah. So that's how where am I at? Oh yeah. So I unblocked her because I had her blocked. Obviously, you know, it was like that. It was heartbreaking. Like when I saw that note, like when my friend sent me that, I did. I started like I started crying. I found out because I was already it was already after school, and wow, I lucky shed a tear. Just cried right now. I hadn't even noticed. Only um, what's it called? So we we started talking again, but she this time it was like the Shibuya incident. It was like a three-way, like three people were going for her at the same time, and of course I was one of those three people. And I mean, obviously I was the worst one choice out of all three of those. But um, so that's basically how that went for most of the year. Like it was like we were talking until around prom. Um, she she went to prom with this one guy because he asked her out first, you know. Because I did want to ask her out. There was like at some point where I did want to ask her out, but like I just I was like, she's waiting for someone to ask her out at prom. It's probably not me, you know. And so I just never asked her out. Oh, so I'm gonna be wearing this armor. Except for the boots, I'm keeping the boots. No, I'll keep it. Hopefully I don't throw it away. Very high chance that I will. Iron armor for the first time in this let's play. I don't really need the rest of this. So yeah. I found out she we were talking at some point, so I blocked her and then she followed me, and I never got my apology for that. Like yeah, I never got I don't know why I was expecting an apology. I was expecting an apology because I do remember I was expecting an apology because of what you had said, but I just it's like I ever asked for it and she just never said it, so that's just so I went and apparently I don't know, I have what's it called, I don't really know what to do in this episode, the rest of this episode. Like 15 minutes left. I'm gonna just farm food actually. I'm gonna use the rotten flesh. I'll keep the beef for special occasions. So of course I started to like her again. I was like fell in trance again, and so I did like her for most of that year, but then she was also talking to this other guy, and she also liked this other guy, and apparently I wasn't even in like the options that I wanted to be, and she took this one guy to prom, or this one guy took her to prom, so I should say, and that's when I started talking to this one girl, like after she was obviously off the market. I wasn't really devastated, I don't think. Maybe I was, but I don't remember being that devastated about it. Devastated over it. So I just continued my own, you know, and I started talking to this one girl named Jenna, and that was basically like that started in maybe like late May, and went all the way through September, and that was pretty fun. Like that was probably the closest thing I've had to a real girlfriend, even though I did have a girlfriend at some point. Like I was in like middle school, so that doesn't even count, you know. And that was an amazing time. There was a time where I just I wasn't getting like I would get a text like every fucking like day. I would get a little text back, and I did take this one other girl on a date at that point, but I decided to just stay friends with that girl, and then just like Jenna was confirmed to be just like the main girl, you know. And so what's it called? I started to bag slowly and slowly, you know, because all I had to work with was, you know, texting, and she wasn't very like a very textful person. Like you can read just text, and she took the responses, you know, and we didn't really get close until school started, and that's when I took her finally on an actual date, and that probably happened like I think the first date was when Charlie Kirk died. That day that he died, that's when we went on our first date, and it was a pretty fun date. But I ignored this really big red flag. She just didn't tell her mom she was going on a date, and so they called her while we were on the date. And so basically, the topic of that date was just like Charlie Kirk's death, and her parents calling her. It's like I was scared that her dad was gonna show up and beat my ass. And what's it called? Yeah, that was a pretty fun date. And then after that, I do remember we went to like Taco Bell, and yeah, the date was like to this local restaurant. That's pretty fun. And but like after that, we just went out like spontaneous, like after school, like, oh, do you want to go eat somewhere? We went a couple of those, and it was pretty fun. Um, until like September 27th, which was Hoko. I was gonna ask her out. My grades were like through the floor. Like this was like before the great lock-in. You know, I was doing really badly in school. Like or specifically math, not even school. Like the rest of my classes were doing pretty fine. I was A's and B's except for fucking math. I was like flunking math at that point, so I just like I didn't really wanna. I don't know. I don't think I could have gotten my grade up in time in order to take her out to Hoko. So I did tell her, I was like, oh dude, I was gonna ask you out, but my grades weren't gonna allow me to take you, you know. So I didn't ask her out, and so when I got home from work that day, obviously I went to go text her, you know, you know. So she just like wanted to text her, like call, you know. And dude, I found out I was blocked, and holy shit! Apparently that night too, um, she called my, or no, she came to my house and like painted over my truck, um, painted on my truck, and it was like I could find it. It's probably somewhere in my stories. Hold up. I found it like 2 weeks later, but it happened the night that she blocked me. Um. Oh, Bae, I love you. I love Freddy. My boo thing. And she did write that on another guy's truck, because she was the only one that knew the other guy that was marked. Because I remember I followed him on Instagram, he followed me, so he posted it like a couple days before me, and then when I went to go check on my truck, I found that writing. But yeah. So that night she wrote on my truck, and I was like, I remember I was like frantically texting her friends, or her friend, because we had one friend, one mutual friend, and I was like, dude, what the hell, like what happened? Did I do something wrong? She's like, no, it's not you. It's like she just doesn't want to be in a relationship, you know. Apparently, I found out this later by one of my friends, Isaiah, that it was just a lie. Like she thought I was a weirdo, apparently, but not, like I don't know. It's like she was really being weird because she was like she made up that I liked one of her friends, with a mutual friend, that I liked a mutual friend. I was trying to get put on with her, even though like Jenna was like the only girl that I really liked at that time, you know. And so what's it called? Yeah. So. Mm, that was insane. Apparently her excuse was that I just I wanted to get with one of her friends. I was using her as a means to get to that goal when I really wasn't. I really only really liked her, and I really wanted to date her. At that time, and yeah, when I got broken up with, or not broken up, but when I got blocked, when I got ghosted, I was like devastated, bro. I remember, I remember like I wanted to die. That's when I was like, dude, I was such a low point, and honestly, I don't know. I don't think even to this day I sort of rushed into my coping mechanisms, and I started talking to that one girl again, the one that had already rejected me, and so I never really got to sit with my thoughts of her because it was sort of just overshadowed by some other girl, you know. But that was honestly that's probably the closest I've ever been to having an actual girlfriend, and it was an amazing experience. You can, like, to this day I can't really complain. Like, she was an amazing person while we were dating. You know, she was very like quiet in class, but when you got her talking, you know, she was a very bright person. I did put her on to a couple of shows. I put her on to my favorite shows at the time, which were Supernatural and Cyberpunk Edge Runners. And we got to like episode 9 before I got fucking ghosted of Edge Runners, and I think we only got a couple of episodes in of Supernatural because she was like 15 seasons. I would have dropped it to if I were her, like Coley, and so yeah, and I stopped talking. Ooh, that happened, and I was pretty sad over it. But I never really. I went straight into liking Elise, even though Elise had a boyfriend at this time. At this point, she had gotten a man's already, and that was pretty unfortunate. Um, oh yeah, the guy that she went to prom with became her man's. So I was just sort of getting cucked because I don't know. But like apparently he treated her shittily, and I was like, I don't know, I don't even know what I was thinking. Like I kind of saved her or something, you know. But I mean, obviously it didn't work. I never really did anything about it, so I should have just got cooked until they broke up around December. Honestly, I should probably just save this for the next part. This is when I got back to anime though. At this point, somewhere like between this is, because I quit, you know, what I was doing, and I started, um, I was, what's it called? I, all of the game is about to end. 151. They have 1 minute and 51 minutes to stay together, yes? Um, um, yeah, I never did anything, you know. I sort of just waited until they broke up. And they did eventually break up. I don't want to get into that. I started watching anime. I read Chainsaw Man. I don't know if I ever mentioned that. That's when I read Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man was awesome. I read it like, like when I quit nicotine, I started to I read Chainsaw Man, and I started watching more anime. but at this point it was really only I don't really I mean I always been an anime fan, but I'd only really dipped my tootsies into like mainstream shonen. So it's not like I'd had like insane knowledge, you know. And yeah, Chainsaw Man was weird. This is when I became friends with Caden. Caden's a really cool guy, and what's it called? Yeah, I I did start reading. I started watching anime, and I did just get back into One Piece. One Piece was like I think I was like 600 episodes. I watched like 20 or something before I just like got consumed by school, because I really wanted to graduate with honors, and so I had to lock in like so hard. So I did. Unfortunately, this is the end of the episode. Um, mm, thank you, Chainsaw Man. What? Chainsaw Man? Because you were using a chainsaw?